Hello Mayhem makers, welcome back to another Mindy's Monday Mayhem Tips. Today I want to show you the Square Squared Ruler. It is by Studio 180. They have done the Tucker trimmer tool. I showed their wing clipper for making flying geese. They just make a whole bunch of rulers that I love for making it easy to make some of our nice basic quilting blocks. So for today I'm going to demo this one. Because it's also one that will be featured in a upcoming block of the month with us. So that way you kind of get a good idea what it does and how it just makes life easier. And today I'm working on our lovely Bernina little 480. We have them on special this month. If you were or are a Bernina 440 owner, this is the guy you want to step up to. It's got all the greatest features in that nice little machine. It is the 5.5 millimeter, which gives you a nice precise stitch if you're a quilter. Helps keep that nice 1/4 inch good and straight, but has the bigger bobbin like the machines, has the better screen and knobs. Thread cutter now, oh my gosh, my 440 didn't have one and I didn't know what I was missing until I had it. So if you're looking for something that's that nice, mid-sized machine, has great features, will help you get all your lovely quilting piecing stitches nice, straight, and even, come see us. This is the guy. We'll go on though. So Square Squared, just this other lovely ruler. I gotta learn. One of these days I'm gonna learn to bring white paper with me, right guys? There we go. Haha, I'm resourceful. Okay, so it's got 2 sets of instructions on the ruler itself and a nice chart. I love that everything is pretty much on this ruler that you will need, but it also comes with instructions, and they have tons of YouTube videos. Oh my gosh, I went on their YouTube channel and it is chock full of tutorial videos, and they're really good. And she does a lot of her rulers left and right-handed. So if you have lefties in your house like I do, this is the hot ticket because I can't teach my lefty to save my life. So it's nice that a ruler is actually geared that way. So you're going to start out basically a square and a square is as it is. It is a square that is then triangles are added to it, and the center square then becomes on point. So it is a square inside of a square. It's pretty simple, self-explanatory. It looks like that when it's done. This one's going to get cleaned up, so don't yell at me because it doesn't look pretty yet. That's what we're going to do. So with this ruler, what's really nice is if you don't have all your schmutz on it like I do, it starts out with this set of lines on it is the center square. So if it says you're trying to make a finished block of X size, so say 5.5 with a 5-inch finish, it says cut this size square. So it's all right here and just ready to go. All right, so I did that part, and then the chart will then tell you, that's what I love. Seriously, it's all right here. Chart says if you're doing 5-inch center or 5-inch finished, here's the size that you need to do for your triangles. And so because 5 is my magic number today, this is what I like about 5 inches, charm packs. Grab your charm packs, grab this ruler, get ready to rock and roll. So 5-inch says 3 3/3 for your triangles. So you cut a 3 3/4 square, cut it in half, get ready to sew it onto your square. Now I generally will just pin the center, just saw my pins, and I just will finger press. So to find the center of a square, a lot of times I can sit here and just crease it with my fingers. And I'm going to do finding the center of opposing sides. If you're a new quilter or your eyesight's going bad like mine, use pins. So much easier than trying to sit there later and go, where was that fold? And I like to do a finger press and then I find where I can pin. And I just pop little pins in there, and then I'm going to do the same for my triangles. So find my centers of my triangles, and then that way I can match them up to my blocks. And that way the edges of my triangles should evenly hang out once I get it all nice and even. So you have little dog ears, and we'll just do that to the other side and just have nice even little dog ears. And then 1/4 inch seam. So as you're sewing all of this, 1/4" seams. That's what we use in all our quilty blocks. Will look like this. I have so much fuzz and lint for some reason today. You can tell where I'm not at most of the time. Okay, so the first step's going to look like this. I pressed to the dark side this time. I know it's a shocker. Usually I press to the center, but not at my normal ironing station. I may have been a little out of time, so I just pressed to the dark side to keep it easy. I then go and I trim it off before I add the next 2 triangles. I'm going to move the camera a little bit for you guys though, because we're going to show you kind of a neat testing technique that you can do with this ruler. So bear with me, we're going to hopefully get you down here at least. So what's nice, and you're probably not going to see it super well, but in this ruler, we'll come back to it first this way. So on this side of the ruler, this is where you're going to do all your lining up of the square and the square. And you'll notice there's all kinds of dash lines in here, and that's to help you center all your blocks and pieces. So it's really nice as I can sit here and go, oh, okay, line up my diagonal lines here. Do they look good? Do they all line up? If they do not, it means I may have my seam allowance too thick or too thin, and I may want to start back at the drawing board before I move on. And I have it lined up. There is the number 5 here with little crosshairs. And so I can sit there and go, yep, everything looks nice and good, or no, I got in a hurry and I got a little wonky. I want to fix that before I move on. And that will help you not have any problems in the end. But for right now, I'm just going to take little dog ears off because it also has a nice straight edge before I put my next set of triangles on. So we're just going to repeat the same step we did. We're adding triangles, finding our centers, right? We're going to find the middle, pin it, and add triangles and sew. Okay, you don't need to watch me do all that because we just did it. And it will look like this guy, so kind of like a bento box type thing. You will then iron it so it looks like this. Okay, so, and look, it's not pretty because, yeah, I was in a hurry. You know me, I am the queen of mayhem. I do everything last minute. Now, let's see if I'm going to scoot a little closer to you guys, so hopefully you can somewhat see what's going on. But if you come in the store, we can show you. There's nice little crosshairs and the number 5. So all the way around this ruler, there are crosshairs for every measurement. So you can line up for every size you want. And that's what I love about this. And otherwise, once I'm happy with how it's all lined up with my square in the center, and that way it's guaranteeing I have a 1/4 inch seam allowance around each side, I'm going to whack off the end. And so this is one thing I love, that this is a ruler designed for you to make it bigger to trim it down smaller. And that's usually what I advocate anytime I make things. If I can do it where I make it oversized and trim it down, I'm a happy, happy camper. Now I'm taking that clean side that I just made, lining it up on my straight lines here. It should still line up all in here at my 5 marks where everything meets. And I can clean up the rest and be done. And I have a square and square where my square is actually centered and has nice 1/4 inch seam allowance so that I will not lose these points. This is key to this, is you don't want to lose these points. So that is the whole point of this guy. You could, if you wanted, cut this block in half and then turn it into flying geese if you wanted. You could make 2 flying geese at a time with this ruler type of idea. So it does have some multi-purpose to it, but I do love this. So hopefully you find this ruler really quite as cool as I do, because I find myself doing quite a few of these blocks and geese and half square triangles and you name it. It seems to be what I'm working on most of the time. So other than that, that's my tip for today. I know you guys have asked on trimming and squaring things up, so hopefully that helps understand, at least with this ruler and this step, but in general when you're trimming, you want to do the same idea. Keep things lined up, get all your diagonals and your straights where they need to be, and then do your trimming and trim all the way around. I know as much as we only want to trim 2 sides, most blocks you need to go all the way around. So I'll keep featuring some different rulers and different trimming techniques and those kinds of things throughout this month, because, you know, that's our goal. Teach you guys new things that you might not know. And otherwise, have any questions, come see us, call me, reach out to me, email me, Mindy@quiltingmayhem.com. Any of those will help you out. Evelyn, this is Square Squared by Studio 180, and that looks backwards. So Square Squared. Studio 180 Designs is the creator of this lovely ruler. We also have their Tucker trimmer tool, which is like for half square triangles and quarter square triangles, and their wing clipper for flying geese. So kind of 3 major blocks that you seem to do in your, at least in your early quilty life. I swear I'm doing them all of the time. So I love how well these are laid out. And like I said, they're lefty friendly. So if you know a lefty, you may need to gift them some rulers. All right, guys? But otherwise, hopefully you have a lovely, lovely Monday, and you guys just keep on stitching.